All right, so this is in this video I'm going to boot my brand new Tuxedo Stellaris 16 for the first time. So if you watched my unboxing video, you already saw that like I turned it on once by accident. But right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically turn it on and boot up the system. So I might pause this video at certain points because I'm still figuring out like how to start it up. There's probably some setting up needed, so I guess there's some editing work for me to be done so that this video is not too long. But this is what I'm gonna do. So I do not have a capture card, so I'm gonna have to like record the screen with my phone. But one thing that I want to mention right away is that a great thing about, you know, like Linux community, I guess I could say, or like non-mainstream, like technology companies, is that they do things in a more sensible way. Like, for example, this laptop has a matte screen, just like my other monitor back there that you can see. There's no reflection, but like that MacBook that I have over there, which I'm using right now, it has a reflective, like a glossy screen, and it's like all that reflection is just. It's just like there's no need for it. Like there's obviously it serves no function other than to look glossy and attractive. That's just like a pretty ridiculous thing, but it is what it is. So main thing is that I'm glad that this laptop has a matte screen, and it makes total sense like for a Linux laptop. So just press the power button and like this button over here, and I'm just booting it up. I guess like the first time it turned on, like in the previous video, it must have booted into BIOS somehow. I just was kind of pressing buttons so that I could just kind of have a feel for the mechanical keyboard, but somehow I booted up the BIOS. But this is like the screen that I get for the first time, and it just basically says, do you want to boot? Oh, yeah, like after a while it just boots the main system automatically. So that's fine. Let's just wait for it to boot up. Okay, so I'm just like not paying attention to what there is on the screen because I have to like hold my phone at the same time and talk. But basically it asks me to unlock this script because I ordered the laptop with like an encrypted OS. Even though I'm gonna wipe it and install Debian there, I just wanted to see what it's like to like order it with basically it already encrypted. It's nice that they provide that option. Definitely very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to be like recording it using OBS once I set things up. I'll just install OBS, but for this video I'm going to use my phone. Don't really want to buy the capture card right now. So yeah, it says that it's installing fixes. The installation will continue after that. Well, I guess we'll have to wait for that. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. So I ran into some problems when I was... so basically the last thing that we saw was that like screen showing that it was installing fixes, and basically it took me almost like an hour and a half to figure out how to get past that. I think it was the fact that it wasn't connected to the internet that was preventing it from finishing that particular task. But there was no prompt saying that like you should connect to the internet. And like when I did connect to Wi-Fi, I left it running and it's still like nothing basically happened for a long time. And then I just rebooted, and then things moved on. So that's good, but like that's not a huge deal. But basically, yeah, that's what happened. So I also put my camera on a stand now so that I can don't have to hold the phone in my hand anymore. So that's probably much better. So there's this welcome screen, and you can choose your language. I'll just leave it, or maybe let me actually choose American English. Yeah. Next. So time zone. Okay, let's keep it that. Keyboard layout. It for me it came with the German keyboard layout by default. It might have to do with the fact that I ordered it from the German website, or because I live in Europe and maybe that's how they deliver it. Probably it's probably the first one. I might have like placed an order where like on the German version of the website, and so that's why I got the German layout shipped by default. I don't know, maybe they base it on that, or potentially on country. It would be kind of weird if they shipped it to somewhere like the US, for example, and it was a German layout. I had to figure out where the keys were basically for me to just like type in my Wi-Fi password, for example. But it's not a huge deal. It's just like a quick Wikipedia search resolves that. But yeah, I never used the German layout before. So okay, I'm gonna use just English US layout. Is there like international? There should be, yeah, US international with dead keys. That's better. Next. All right, so let me set this up. Alex, name of this computer. All right, so I set this up. Login automatically without asking for the password. I'll click that. This is just a rough setup. I'm not going to be using this OS. Like I said, I'm planning to install Debian, but for the time being, set up. What's going on? Set up. All right. Figuring locales. All right. Looks like it's running the installation, so I'll let that run its course. Alright, so now it's asking me for my like crypt password. That's, I guess, the password for the disk encryption, not for the user. It advises to use at least one capital letter and one special character for your new crypt password. If your password is too weak, it won't be changed without any feedback. You'll be still able to decrypt with the standard password. Instructions on how to change the encryption password afterwards can be found on the following page. Okay. Alright, done setting up the encryption password, and now it says working and running, and basically continuing the installation. Let's wait for that to finish. All done. Tuxedo OS has been set up in your computer. You may now start using your new system. Restart now. Alright, let's do the restart. Alright, the keyboard has lit up for some reason. That didn't happen before. Okay, so let me see, maybe I should move the camera a bit closer. So yeah, it uses the KDE desktop environment, which I actually never used before. I've only seen it in YouTube videos and stuff, but it looks pretty good. And I'm kind of like transitioning from the mindset of using a very non-powerful computer, like my MacBook Air over there, which is an old one. It's from 2015. It only has 4 gigs of RAM. So yeah, I guess this is the first boot of Tuxedo OS on my brand new laptop, and since like this is a new thing for me, I never used Tuxedo OS before. I'd have to look around in order to be able to say like anything substantial about it, but at this point it's just like it's working. I set it up, and I'm not planning to use it for very long since I'm going to be installing Debian. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm going to stop this video here. I hope you found this interesting and useful, and I'll see you in the next one.